Fuad, so how significant is this gas transit for Armenia at this moment?
Well, first of all, I think it's really significant in terms of having a strategic aspect for Armenia. So we can see that from the beginning of the year, there are increasing gas prices within the country. There are delays in shipments, as well as some cuts in shipments from Iran due to the situation there right now. So I think diversification for Armenia in terms of their natural gas is really strategically important for their domestic security.
So what does Azerbaijan's role as a transit route signal politically?
I think in terms of Azerbaijan's role, it shows that Azerbaijan is ready and willing, as it's already stated before, to be a regional hub, specifically as we've been a regional hub for energy and electricity providing to EU countries. But this takes it another step to the point of that we can also provide energy to neighboring countries as well that we haven't had before.
So from Azerbaijan's perspective, is this primarily an economic move or a confidence-building step?
Well, to an extent, I think it's some of both. So yes, it is an economic move in the term that we're providing a supply of natural gas to a country that requires it, and for them, it's also an economic move that it diversifies their sources as well as decreasing their costs. But it's also a significantly big confidence-building step. So we've seen that throughout the normalization period, there's been an increase in trade, and it's signaled that that the two countries are really beginning this normalization process to the extent that even I think U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio commended these steps in terms of saying that it's really important for the region to bring peace.
So far, in your view, could energy transit become a pillar of post-conflict cooperation?
I think yes. First of all, energy is a resource that all countries need consistently. So having that connectivity, especially at a regional level, it shows that the countries are ready to increase their interdependence, something that has been lacking for the past 3 decades. But it also shows that we're moving into a new normal, that the post-conflict situation has more interconnectivity and willingness from the countries to cooperate.
Fuad, how is this development perceived domestically in Azerbaijan and Armenia?
Well, I think in Azerbaijan, in terms of the perception, it reiterates the fact that we're winning the peace. So we're just taking steps now to learn how to coexist, and this doesn't just mean a cessation of hostilities, but also increased interdependence in terms of economic aspects, which is the initial step that would normally take place. Also in the Armenian side, I think once the public sees the benefits of the economic interdependence and the security, the energy security that Azerbaijan can provide to Armenia, such as in this program, they will be more willing to accept this connectivity. Although some, let's say, domestic, extremely nationalist movements within Armenia are going against this, but this has been the norm for any normalization process that has been taking place up until now.
Fuad, could trade normalize faster than political reconciliation?
I think the previous few months have shown that while the political reconciliation process is progressing, it is being hindered by some factors, but the trade is increasing at a very rapid rate. We can see that every few weeks there's a new product that's being traded by the two countries, and I think it's a really important step in political reconciliation as well, because the public view is really important in this side as well. So once the public from both countries see that having trade normalization and the benefits that it brings to the countries, it could push them to understand that political reconciliation has to happen faster.
So what risks or sensitivities still surround such cooperation?
Well, First of all, I think the big factor here are the neighboring countries. So yes, the South Caucasus is a region in itself, and the countries have their sovereignty and their right to conduct trade as they want. But then there are also other countries that can see this as a had initially at least seen this as a threat. So, for example, we saw Russia's view on the trip, the Trump route for international peace and prosperity, as foreign meddling in the region. But now we see that through the gas deal, that Russia is actually trying to adapt to the new normal. But then there's also the Iran factor. So once the trip corridor it becomes up and running and fully functional, it's still kind of uncertain how Iran will accept this because it really does change the dynamics in the region abruptly.
And finally, Fuad, where do you see Azerbaijan-Armenia economic ties heading next?
I think taking into consideration all the recent developments in terms of the gas and the previous, I think there was wheat and other petroleum products that were headed from Azerbaijan directly to Armenia. I think this really sets the foundation for opening the trip route. So strengthening the South Corridor and probably increasing the trade products that could be traded between Armenia and Azerbaijan as well. But for this, really in the short term, in terms of 1 to 2 years, the connectivity between the two countries have to be much more strengthened, as well as diversification of the trade products that are happening.